Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for clicking. If you are watching the replay, thank you for joining me. I'm Liberty White with Chosen Media, and it's time for another tutorial, or what I like to call. I think what I'm going to call this is like work with me session, where I actually have some work that I have to do, and I will just jump on live and kind of talk through the process, the strategy, and in this case, I've got some reels that I need to Reels covers. So for those of you who use Instagram as a platform, knowing that like the short form content there, video wise, is in Reels. And so for Chosen Media Kids, we're looking at starting to do like games and try to put some content out, like activities, because parents are always looking for things to do and activities with their kids. And hey, Marsha, thank you for tuning in. And yeah, so I'm going to try to make this. I'm going to try my best for like under 20 or 30 minutes. I have some of the pieces already in play, but what you will need for this is, if you don't already have Canva, you'll want to sign up. Canva, you can have a free account with Canva and or the pro account. I've got the pro account because that enables people on the team to access certain files, so we can add folks, or just even having the opportunity to use some of their stock footage. And there's just a few more bells and whistles that you have access to. And you know what, I probably should do a tutorial even on that, of just the difference between the free account, which you can do a lot with, and the pro account, and just some of the pros and cons or the benefits with that. So yes, that you'll need to download Canva. You'll need an image, because the idea of having a cover, you don't necessarily need a cover for your reels, because just whatever the content is. But if you want to have more control over your branding and what that looks like, as they call the grid, when people actually, they look at your reels, and it's essentially the thumbnail. When I say cover, it's the thumbnail for your videos. If you want to have it a little bit more curated, and this is what essentially you would do, is just design that and be able to add that to your video, and the headline, like what's the actual copy that you are going to use. Hey Ruth, thanks for tuning in. And yes, the pro account is so dope, because you're able to just all the bells and whistles that it has. So let's dive into this. So let me make sure that I share screen so that you'll be able to see. um yeah, and feel free, if you have any questions, then just let me know. And it looks like, because this has um oh, you know what, I might disappear, because it looks like, because I did some updates, that I will have to, it's probably going to close this browser. So I will be right back in one moment if it does close. And you know what, I'm quite tempted to actually to make sure that that doesn't happen, because that was just a poor user experience. Give me a moment here while I set up another machine, and then I will just share screen with that machine. And that's the beauty of being able to have all these different ways that you can stream. Yeah, all these different ways to stream. And this is the kind of thing that even happens on a shoot, where something that you thought could have or should have worked, that the unexpected. And that's what we always plan for. That's why we have all these different solutions. Forgive me for the noise in the background as I get this cord, because what I wanted to do was, after actually doing the cover, was to actually like show you the reel in action. But I that just means that I just have to come back and do that as its own. That's just more content. Do that as its own, yeah, as its own reel. So let's see here. Let's pull that up over here. And all right, let's see if we can get this to share screen on its own. And there we are. So, see, there's always a solution. And unfortunately, the color is just a little bit off. but it will still function, it'll still function the same way essentially. So what I have already done here is I know that a Reels cover is essentially 1080 by 1920, and you see that here size wise. And if I wanted to, and I'll just do this for the sake of just showing you, if I were to back out, I could say, hey, and this is the beauty of Canva, like almost any design that you want, like Canva has that there ready for you. But since I already have a design that I was starting to, I don't necessarily know that I necessarily want to use this, but I have it there for the sake of if I want to pull some colors from it. So on this left hand side here, you'll see that there are some designs that are already pulled up with this dimension. And since I did say it was the cover for like a game, I was like, what would be a good design per se for a game? And remembering that it's kids content. I kind of am digging this or that concept there. And what I did do is I took a photo of us, my daughter and I, when we actually did the video, so that we could later, I knew that I was going to use it later for a thumbnail. So as you can see, like you can scroll for a very long time looking for the right design, but I think what I'm going to go with, oh, you know what? There was one under kids, because I it is, something that we want to be make it appealing for kids. And I think this one, what do you guys think about this one right here? So essentially, I would change the color so that it matches with more of the elements from our brand. But so it's, since it's not nothing promotional, so we can get rid of. And this is the beautiful thing, when you're using Canva, is just the ability to not have to start from scratch. I think that's one of the things that I would say, just you don't have to start from scratch. You can just kind of like sometimes when you have to write and you sit there and you're trying to figure things out versus having some text already on the page and being able to work from there. So I'm going to pull up the photo. So give me a moment here. I'm going to switch back because y'all don't need to see all of that since this is recording, and I will airdrop. So that's the photo. Oops, let's see, pull it back, there we go. So that's the photo that we took, and I'm gonna just airdrop that across since I'm using a different machine now. And we'll upload this over here. That should work, even though it's a slightly different. There we go. Let's make sure that shows up on this side. Awesome. So this kind of goes back to also when I said, when using Canva, just like I've got two different machines running here, and it was able to, like, there it is, the photo pulled up there. Oops. I want to bring it in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this, and see this, the drag and drop aspect of it. And let me increase this so that you'll be able to see that just a little bit better there. I don't need this, so I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to make us the focal point here. We don't need that shop now copy. And now with the colors, I want it to be more more kid friendly. Like this kind of works, but these are not the colors that we use. So I do, on the left-hand side, you'll see here where I'm hovering, where we have some styles and some colors that we have used in part of our palette. So what I and this is a little bit of a hack. So I've got this plugin up here in my Chrome browser, that it's the eyedropper. So essentially, what it helps me to do is, hey, there's a color on this page that I want to pull, and see, as I hover over, like you can see the change in the colors. I think I will, you know what? No, let's go with this orange. Let's see. And then up here, it gives me what the hexadecimal, and that's just the code for that color. So I'll grab that, and I think I will change these colors to be that orange color. So I just go ahead and I paste it there. Let's probably change the color down here. And again, with that orange. And now what you'll also see is the colors that I use. It's like Canva has already gone ahead and added it to the palette there. So I'll change that. I think I might want to change the background and brighten this up a little bit. Let's go with, how does that look? That's nice and warm, warm and fuzzy. I am not going to spend too much time on I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I just really want to go ahead and let's see. Let's turn this maybe blue. It's a good contrasty color. So see how I already was able to and I've got the chosen media kid herself in the background. Yes, ma'am. How can I help you? Oh yeah, you're not on camera. You want to say hi to everybody? So there. Hi. Okay. So back to work.
I've done all my work.
You finished?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even black kids have work.
Yes, all kids have work. So going back to this, yeah, uh, kids say the darndest thing. So going back here, maybe I'll pop some of that blue, change that as well. Oh, maybe was it purple? Oh, yeah, like I think I will leave that there, and then I want to change the copy that that's going to be used. So we're going to say it's family fun. Oh no, game time. That was it. And just so there you see, and I'm going to stretch this out because I just want it to be a little bit bigger, a little more pronounced, and I can rotate it there. So am I in love with it? I'm not in love with it, but I think it's gonna do the job that it was created to do. And oh yeah, there's one more piece of one. All right, there we go. So one more piece of information that I want to add to this is just like, and actually bear with me here because I looking for something a little bit more. Oh yeah, definitely not that. Game time. Maybe add a drop shadow to it. Let's see. Okay, I think I like that just a smidge better. But then what we can do, and again, just this is just gutting it out, so it's just something that can be created quickly on the go. And now it's like, okay, is that captivating enough for parents to click on? And what I'll do next is I can go over here and I'm going to download it, and where it says download, I do not, this template that is being used is a video template. So I want to make sure that I change that to a PNG. And right here, page 3 is the one that I want to be downloaded. So I'm going to unselect all of those, hit download. It's going to download page 3. Once I hit download, and when I open that up, there it is. So I've got that graphic, and I mean that from a very basic standpoint, like that's it. Like that's ready for me to port that over to whether that be port that over to my mobile device so that I can then change it out, and then there have have it and use it in the reel as the cover. And what I might do, since I don't think I hit the 20-minute mark, which I'm super proud of myself with, is that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish creating the reel because it's like 5 o'clock now. And the idea is when you understand your users, your followers, you understand when they're online, like they're online right now. And since this is a family fun game that we want them to play, we want that to pop up in their feed, and then maybe it's something that they'll see later this evening and they'll play the game with their kids. um as it relates to like just even social media content, that's the idea. Is Oh, that's so okay. So hey Ruth, so that's a great comment right there. So she said that she didn't realize that you could unselect. So yeah, so like that's these little quirks and these little tips that will help you to be even more efficient in it. Because one of the things that I really do like about Canva as well is your ability to use it on your mobile device. Because Instagram, yes, they have a desktop version, but for the most part, a lot of the power and the capabilities are on the mobile device. So oftentimes, if there's something that needs to be switched or a new graphic created, sometimes I'll be on my mobile device and I'll swap some things out and then download it. It's saved to the phone, to my phone, and then just port that up. So hopefully you found this helpful. If you've got any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments below. If there's something else that you want to see as it relates to video marketing, and like I said, anytime that I have some tasks or some things that I'll need to do, I'll probably pop on live and then just work through it. So it's two birds, one stone, so that I can not only help you and share that information, but then also get work done. So I will see you the next time. And again, if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments below and have a good one. Thanks, y'all.